Okay. Now you should have audio. I will wait and see if you guys can hear me. And of course, there's the typical running around before the stream, causing me to cough. I have lots of news to share with you guys today, so I am very excited. Excuse me. Audio is good. Audio is live. Video is live. Okay, great. All right. So much has been happening this week. So much has been happening. I'm Angela. This is Clark Fine Art. If you're new here, hello, welcome. This is our live stream every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I go live. We have an art chat. We do some art. And so I see we have a lot of regulars here. Tara, hello. Starving Artist. Starving Artist Collective, hello. I'm like, wait a minute. Somebody else is here. I know somebody. Jamie Eddy. Jamie Eddy checked in earlier too. So Jamie, if you are here, hello. All right. Okay. I am so glad that I can just mute that mic and not have to deal with that. Or you guys don't have to deal with that. That'd be horrible. Okay. All right. Just catching my breath. Lots to tell you guys. First, and I just share something that I'm like exploding about here. I don't even know if this is going to fit when I pick it up. So I have been waiting, patiently waiting to share this news with you guys. I had a company that reached out and requested to send me some product. And I was like, well, yes, I absolutely would like to try your product and share it on my channel and social media and all the things. So they gave me guidelines. Anyway, they gave me, I could choose from, a set list of stuff to get. And yeah, so finally there was a delay because apparently what I chose was out of stock and was in production. So I had to wait very patiently. It's not okay. Starving says, okay, no, wait a minute. No, not sponsored yet, but I was sent some product to try. So here we go. Check this out. Frederick sent me a case of canvases. They told me to pick the canvas that I wanted, and I was so excited because I haven't tried Frederick's canvas. I know Lisa raves about them, but I haven't tried it. Well, these are Belgian linen 24 by 30. That's the profile. 24 by 30s. I just got a case of them. So, I'm going to be doing some big artwork coming up on the channel. I am super excited about that and really a little bit of anxiety there too. But I'm sure it'll be great. I know that at least one of those canvases is going to have some sort of water painted on it because I love water, and I'm that's one of the things that I'm really trying to improve on and get looking more realistic is water, oceans, lakes, things like that. And of course, where I live here in Maine, there are so many lakes around us, and definitely in the summertime when we're not crazy busy. This summer was an exception. We didn't get to do that much. I love to go out on the boat and out on the lake. Now I say the boat, I'm like, I don't have it's not a huge, well, we do have a big boat, but we never really take that out. 9 times out of 10, we grab the little dinghy. I say little dinghy. I think it's like 12 feet. And we'll take that and just kind of go out on the lake. We'll do some fishing, sometimes I fish, but if I'm fishing with him, I'm not catching anything. He's the only one who catches anything. Just catch and release, but you know, it's a relaxing day. So, yes, one of those is going to have some sort of water painted on it because, you know, I need some artwork in my own house. My walls, so we just, like recently, in the last year or so, we redid a whole bunch of our house. And so like my walls are bare everywhere. You walk in and you would not know that an artist lives in this house. There's no artwork. There's no anything. It's like nothing's put back on the walls because, you know, we just spent all that time redoing them. I don't want to put holes in them. So anyways, yeah, we got to set that up. So yeah, I was excited. I was really excited when I, that email. So yeah, Demetrius Fredericks, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I really appreciate it. It's exciting. So yeah, that's the first of my news. I think I had to make a list, guys. I am such a list maker. Sorry. I think some of that still came through. So I shared with you about that. Another thing that happened this week, well, it's not completely finished. I still have to sign it. But the commission that I started painting with you guys, horribly started painting with you guys weeks ago and got like nowhere on that live stream. Was that like the second live stream? Yeah. Let me just share with you what is on my easel. There is my commission. I just need to sign it. And I think I'm going to sign right about here. And I'm probably going to use his shirt color and sign probably right about here. I didn't want to sign like over here. I'm like reaching. Of course, you guys can't see me stretch though. You just see my hand. I didn't want to really sign over here because I thought it would kind of pull you from them. So yeah, I wanted to kind of keep everything. And I was debating whether I should go with like her dress color is actually lighter than the background, but you really won't see a whole lot. It would be hard to see this. I don't know. I'll play with that how I want, you know, the color, whatever. I can always paint the color on if I don't like it, wash it off, and because this is definitely dry. This has been dry for days. And then I just have to varnish it, and I'm hoping I'm going to be able to varnish it tomorrow. So I'm going to be signing that tonight, and hopefully tomorrow I can start varnishing. And it has, if you can see there, has black borders, which, well, that was their request. So they requested the black border. Let me see. Let me get back to you guys. Okay, so as I'm looking here, so Joseph says the 3M command strip hooks are completely removable from painted walls. They are awesome. You think so? We had we had just finished in the living room. Excuse me. And we have this big like opening archway, whatever, this area. And every year at Christmas, we actually have one on like two sides of our living room where it opens. And we use those hooks, and I used it to hang like, you know, the garland and the lights at Christmas time because, you know, it had to be all fancy. Yeah. So not only did it not release cleanly, it fell off with the garland and pulled the paint. I don't know. I don't think it was my paint. I think it was the paint before that. The surface wasn't probably prepped correctly. And anyhow, yeah. So, but on the regular walls, I don't know. Maybe that might be, I'm going to have to try it. Oh, at least here in the studio. Because, I mean, you see, I'm like growing this collection of stuff behind me. I need to get stuff put up around my studio and throughout the rest of the house. Thank you. Thank you very much, Tara. Starving Artist Collective says, I do like that you put the soft coloring in the silhouette, so much more realistic and natural. Thank you. So yeah, we had talked about that, whether or not whether or not I should silhouette them out, you know, more and just go with like a blacked out silhouette. But you know, the reference photo, which you can't really see it, but it's up here. So the reference photo, it was even a little darker than this. Not much, but I like it. They've seen a picture of it and they love it. Okay. So that's that news. So my hat, of course, I finished last week. And then let me grab it for you so you can see. I did complete Joseph's hat, which I haven't posted yet. I will get that posted over on MeWe. And Joseph, I will send you the picture of my hat right there because I'd love to see you kind of put them together. And then look, guys, you see right there? Yeah, that's the sun. It's already setting. And it was like boop just before I started the stream. So you're going to see a big light shift. And then there's another thing. I did add a different light in here and I'm already seeing some change as the sun's going down, but I'm hoping that it helps. Let me switch over to the desk. And so yeah, no, I'm not helping. And wow, that's not the right green. That is not even close. Let me see if I shut my easel light off. Not even close to the green. My green is more like olive earthy toned green. Let me see if it shows up that way on here. Yeah, that's more the color of that. That is much more. Wow, I can't work in mirror image, guys, at all. There we go. So that is my version of Joseph's hat. I can share that to you. Whoa. Let me try to drop it. I had a lot of fun with that. I loved, can you guys see? So the red potion bottle, I think that was one of my favorite parts. I think that was definitely like my favorite item on there. Okay. Hello, Jason. I've never had a problem with them. Excuse me, I have a knick-knack holder thingy. A knick-knack holder thingy. That is the official term for it, in case you all did not know. It is a knick-knack holder thingy. It is correct. Let's see, I have a knick-knack holder thingy hanging from them. And I move it all the time. Always came off clean and always holds the weight. Yeah, see, I think it's just that, like, it was on the woodwork. So I think because the woodwork at one time, we had all solid oak woodwork in this house. And so it was varnished. And then it was painted. And over the years, it was painted. And then we painted, which I would never paint the woodwork had it been wood when we actually bought this house. I would have left it the wood color, you know, not painted. So then I think, and then we painted over, and then it just all came off, and then boop, there was the wood, beautiful as ever, underneath that piece of paint. If only all of it would have come off so easily. Just said, that is why my studio has blackout curtains, even though it is north facing. Well, my studio, I'm facing north right now. So that's west. I had to think about that. So that's why my studio faces north, but yeah. I like your pine cone better than mine. Well, thank you. I loved your hat. Your hat was excellent. Do you think Fredericks found you through Lisa's channel? Excuse me. No, I don't think so. I had asked Fredericks a question, and then that question led to more communication, and then, you know, I think that's more how that ended up coming to be. But yeah, I had the head of their marketing, which I will say that, you know, I don't know, I think I've mentioned it, but anyhow, my education, my degree is in marketing. So sometimes I think that is definitely a blessing, because when reaching out to some companies, you can, you know, kind of helps to know the channels to go through, or who maybe you should direct that question to, because it could maybe help you down the road lead to something else. So yeah, and it did. I mean, the communications with Fredericks ended up going there. I am not sponsored yet. They do have, you know, there is a endorsed artist program, and I am not a member of that yet. So, you know, this is not sponsored by Fredericks, but when I do use those canvases, of course, I will again let everybody know. Sorry, classy. My nose is just all of a sudden driving me crazy. And yeah. Anyhow, I again will remind everybody that Fredericks did send me those canvases. So usually everything I have, I've purchased with my own money. But yeah, those. Okay. Next, let me switch up here. Put me in the corner. Last couple things before we dive in, because if I don't dive in, I am never going to finish. This guy right here. Oh, wow, that is just so crazy. I can't even move. So the light that I was hoping would help is just not helping. I will get it figured out. I absolutely will get it figured out. Let's see. I'm just catching up on the chat real fast. Okay. So this card here, I just did this, and there was like so much drama around this. Okay. Let me back up. I'm just looking at my notes of things I need to share with you guys. So Tuesday. Normally I put out a video every Tuesday at 3 p.m. I choose 3 p.m. because it's the same time as my live streams. And I try to have it out every Tuesday at 3 p.m. for consistency. So you guys will get used to me here on YouTube. Hello, here I am. Same time every week, right? Yeah. So I pushed that video for Tuesday. It is my November 2021 Art Snacks box. And I actually was doing my new format, unbox the box and create art. The video would not finish processing. Like 48 hours later, it was finally going to be wrapping up. I have no idea what was happening. I tried to stop it, start it again. It was crazy. Oh, I just caught that come in on the is that stream bot going to chase me again? No, you guys will be happy to know that I gave that stream bot the boot. So he shouldn't be bothering any of us anymore. So anyhow, the video did not go. So my apologies. There was no video on Tuesday. It has finally finished publishing, and it is there. But I don't have it public yet because I didn't want 2 videos showing up on my channel within, 12 hours of each other. So unfortunately, I didn't get that video this week, and my apologies. I did do it. YouTube, just for whatever reason, was like, I got nothing. I can't process this for you. So that's what happened there. But on the plus side of that, the artwork that I created, I also did like a real-time tutorial, and it was this little guy right here, my little snowman card, and this was real time, and it is available now over on my Patreon. So this is a real-time lesson over there. My plan for Patreon, if you are a patron, which thank you very much to Tara. Thank you, Ashley. I have, they're 2 new patrons of mine. I will be sharing real-time videos with you guys. My goal is to have Saturday be my day for that. So every Saturday, I'll probably stick to the same 3 o'clock because, again, I just want that consistency. So hopefully on Saturdays, there will be real-time videos with, you know, that you can paint along with or create along with. There will also, I told you Saturday, my patrons get to give me feedback. They get to give me suggestions, and then they actually get to vote on those things. And that helps shape the direction I go with both my channel and what I'm creating with, whether it be mediums or subject matter or whatever, over on my Patreon. And I also do a special live event like this, but it's strictly for patrons. And that happens the last Tuesday of every month. So there's a bonus live event for patrons. And of course, every Friday on my Discord, all patrons starting at the $3 tier have access. We have a live chat and just kind of hang out like having coffee, right? If you signed up for $3, it's like buying me a cup of coffee every month, and I appreciate you, and we hang out and chat. So that happens every Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. So, and there are many other benefits. So if any of those things interest you, again, for as little as $3 a month, you could join my Patreon or become a patron. So this little card is available over there, and I got some Neo colors. This is what I actually created this card with, and I loved them. Loved them. So I was excited to be able to try those. But you'll see next Tuesday, you're going to see all that in action. And of course, patrons, you can already see it over on my Patreon channel. And the link is in the description below. But that segues me into this that I have to share with you guys. I ordered this. I can get this box open. Because I thought with the holidays coming, it would be fun. You see, I love to make cards. If I have to give a card to somebody, I love to make it. And so I ordered, sorry guys, that's probably really loud. This stuff here, which was from, oh my gosh, scrapbook.com. I did not put a link to this in the description below. I totally slipped my mind. I can always update that later. But I just want to share with you so these are little, sentiments. Wishing you Merry Christmas, Christmas wishes, Merry Christmas. And so, I have the inks. This one is a red, cranberry fizz, and black. So I got those. And I just thought, and there's the little acrylic block to put these guys on. I can try to make as little crinkling noise as possible for you. And then here, I got another one. And this one, this was a gift from them when I ordered. This one actually, I just had to pay the shipping. So, see, think of you, happy birthday, sending hugs, hello, hi. And I liked this just for you and handmade with love. So when I create my cards, sometimes I will sign them. And then, sometimes I'll sign them on the front, on the artwork. But then a lot of times, I just sign the back. But I thought these would be really cute little stamps to do, these two, to do on the back of the card. Like I could do that stamp and then sign below it. I don't know. But I want to bring you some videos with some holiday cards. So I don't know if that is something that interests you guys. Please drop me a comment below, because if it is something that interests you guys, then I'm going to get right on it, because I have to make cards anyways for Christmas. And yeah, we'll do some together. So that's that. I just stick these back in here. So, do you guys like to make cards? Do you do that for your, when you have to send a card? I just think it's a lot more personal. I've been making cards for a few years now, and anyhow, that's something that is coming. So I told you that. Told you that. See, I got to check off my list, because then I'll finish and I'll be like, oh, I was supposed to tell them. So that's all the things. That is all the things. We are caught up. It's been a crazy week. I had a doctor's appointment Monday, and that led to new meds, and that's been a fun ride this week, getting used to that. And so it's just been chaos. But today, I'll put this up. Oh, and you'll also, another thing too, I don't know if you guys do this. So, you know, this was me. I came up with this. In fact, patrons, if you see the video, you know that, like, I knew I wanted to do a winter scene. I didn't even know what was going to be in that winter scene. I just started throwing down color. But if it is my original artwork, I came up with the design, I created it, then I always sign my work. But, and like my hat, if I come back, so my hat behind me, I've signed that, right? I created that. But then, like on the one I did of Joseph's, my signature's not on here. And even though, you know, I colored it in, but I colored it in. I didn't create this. Joseph created this. So anytime I'm doing something for fun that another artist has designed or is not my original design, I don't sign it. And I think because, you know, years down the road, looking back, what's my memory going to be like? I don't know. But if my signature's not on it, then I know not my original design. So do you guys do that? Is it just me? Am I weird? Maybe. I don't know. Let me get caught up on the chat real fast. Make sure there's no questions or comments. And then we are going to dive into today's project, which I'm excited about. I think it's cute. Okay. Oh, hey, Alicia. Oh, thank you, Joseph. Says hi, thank you at the art of Joseph Fincham for posting this on MeWe. I would have missed it. Well, I posted it on MeWe, but I didn't post in the artist group, which I don't mind if other people share that information there. I appreciate it. Thank you, Joseph. But I don't know. I just don't feel like, hey, guys, come follow me over here on live. I understand that I mod for Lisa, and I understand that I help mod the MeWe art group, but I don't take special liberties because of that. So when you guys share it, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. I haven't made cards before. Maybe I should, and then I'd actually send them. Yeah, that got me doing it. I just subscribed because I don't spend enough time on YouTube. Card videos would be great. They're coming, and I just thought, I can stamp them, and then, you know, because normally I just write it out. Now, for holidays, I don't even have to think about it. Sentiments are there. Boom, put them on, done. And I love doing some stuff with, like, watercolor, and I used to strap more watercolor cards. And I actually have an art subscription box that came with some of those that I need to use anyway, because these boxes, I got to get through these piles. I got to share this with you, get them integrated, and get these boxes out of here. Make many of my own cards, but our Christmas is hot. beach, beer, and bikinis with Santa hats in this country. So snow cards, not so much. I remember that's like when I lived in Hawaii. Starving when I lived in Hawaii. Mele Kalikimaka to all of you from Hawaii out there. Yeah, it was like that. Santa and a surfboard. So, yep. I wrote on the back of the hat saying whose hat it was and the date. I didn't sign it. It's not my work. See, that is how I feel. That's how I feel, but I don't know. I'm sure other people feel differently, and that's okay. We can agree to disagree, and it's fine. That's just my personal preference and how I do it. All right, today see, that sun is getting lower and lower in that window. Hi, Jacqueline Stevens. Let me see. I've been making cards for years. Even my family will ask me if they need a card. I have a box of about 100 ready to go. That is awesome. That's excellent. Excuse me. I look at me covering my cough like I don't want to get it all over you guys. Again, it's still just residual from me moving around so much just before this stream, which anyways. So today, you guys can't see the desk. You have no idea what's on here. There we go. Today, I am using stuff from 2 of my boxes. This Smart Art box, which came on February of 2021. And this Art Snack Plus box, which came March of 2021. So this year's boxes, but earlier this year. And they both had similar contents. You guys can't see me. There we go. So they both had similar contents. And I said, you know what? Since they both have similar contents, I get rid of 2 boxes. So what I'm going to do is in this box, there were some of the Marabu Permanent Markers, and these have a bullet nib on one end and a fine on the other. I don't know how this is going to go. Guys, I've never used alcohol-based markers before. I have not done it. So we could be in for some good laughs, or we could be in for some good artwork, or we could be in for both. I have no idea. So it had these graphics sketch pencils, but I think I'd like to use the pencil that came in the other box. Now, of course, there was a sticker, but there were also, let me get this out of here because you know what? These things are never going back in this box again. This box can now be recycled. Whoa. Okay. So they sent me in that box some lettering boards and some marker boards. I'm going to save these because I'm not going to go right at these with the first time I've ever used this medium. And if I don't like the medium, then I'll use them for something else. But these are going to be put away. Excuse me. They did send some pigment liners in the Smart Art box, but there was also a liner in the Art Snacks box. So I'm going to use that liner, not these liners. I don't know. I'll keep them aside. I'll keep them up here just in case. Just in case. But these pencils, I have tried these pencils, and they're okay. They're nothing fancy. They're just pencils. They range from 6H to 10B. That sounded like Lou's truck just drove by. And I did not pay attention. He's not supposed to be driving by right now because he left to go hunting. And it is deer season here. And yeah, anyway, I don't eat venison. But if he does get one, it feeds a lot of family A lot of family members. Because they all eat it. I don't. No. No, I just don't. Anyhow. So I don't know why he drove by. I don't know why he would be back this early, other than I wonder if he got something. So this paper was in the Smart Art box, and this is the 1264 Fabriano. This is a mixed media paper. It is 110 pound. This is the paper I'm going to use today. I figured, there are 60 sheets in this pad. What if I screw up one? It's one sheet of paper, right? Have fun. So we're going to have some fun, and we're going to see what happens. And so in this box was also a set of the Graphix Permanent Markers. This is a set of 12. This was a set of 24. All the colors that are in this set are in this set. So what I decided, and I really think that I'm going to do this more often as I get duplicates like this. Oh, just my ears all of a sudden just popped like the pressure changed. This set of 24 is what I'm going to use in the project today. But this set of 12, I am going to put in a box, and I'm going to start a bin of like stash supplies that I have doubles of. And then I think what I'm going to do with those supplies is, as I hit either major milestones on my channel, or for patrons, or for giveaways, or something like that, we're going to see these again. And I think I'll end up giving these to a viewer or something like that, because unless I absolutely love the medium, I don't use markers, and every one of these is also in here. So yes, this would be a nice brand new set that, why not? That would make somebody else's day. So that's my plan for some of my duplicate supplies. So always, stay tuned, because when is that going to happen? I am not sure. I'm not sure. Like I said, I think I'll probably do something with milestones. I have a few goals. I have a couple goals on Patreon. And of course, we all have the goal of the 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, so we can actually get monetized. I don't know, but it's going to come. And sorry, I was just getting rid of that box, and you wouldn't be able to hear me because I was going to lean away from the microphone. So when that happens, I'll be sure it'll be announced on all the things. Definitely on MeWe. So if you don't follow me on social media, all my links are in the description below. Just check that out. All right. Setting that set aside, we're using this set. Now, in the Art Snacks box, there was also a Plum Chester acrylic paint marker. I'm going to keep it aside because in my picture today, there's moss, but I don't think I'm going to really end up using that. So this is a Kuretake. This one was the Kuretake Zig AI liner brush pen. This is the one that I shared with you guys that its brush is also used in cosmetic brushes, like eyeliner brushes. Although this is not an eyeliner, do not put this on your eyes. No, it's just the same brush that's used in them, which they actually highlighted the disclaimer there. It is highlighted. Do not put this on your eyes. Here's your sign. Anyhow, that if I use a liner, I'm going to use this liner, and it is linked below. And I have to tell you, I tested this brush. If you like a very fine brush pen that actually flexes like a brush, this is awesome. And they say that it is ultrafine brush tip that's also used in actual eyeliner pencil. It features a waterproof pigment-based ink that will not bleed when used with alcohol or water-based markers. Alcohol or water-based. So either one. So I figured, you know what? We'll test it out and see if they are correct. There was a dual tipped pencil here. It's gray and black. I'm not using that today either. So that I know I'm not going to use. I'm just going to stick it over here in my little holder, which I want to share with you guys what I've got. There's a little local store I got some of the cutest things, but in the interest of time, because we've already taken up so much time just with my news and sharing everything with you guys, that I'll share it with you next time. Remind me, all my fun little things. I know I'll remember if I do something that requires painting and water, because it's so cool. There's like a water well, and actually, when you watch my video next Tuesday, you will see it make an appearance on my desk. And I'm trying to remember if I tell you what it is in that video or not. But if I don't, leave me a comment and let me know. Do you know what that little thing is actually is, and what its actual purpose was? It is an old item that I'm repurposing in the studio. So we'll see how many people know what that's actually for, if I didn't actually blurb and tell you in the video, but I can't remember. So then the Blackwing pencil came in the Art Snacks box, and this was an Art Snacks exclusive. It has the little Art Snack pretzel shape on there. So I'm going to sharpen this guy up, and while I do that, I am going to, oh, I didn't put that picture in to be able to share it with you guys. Joseph, do you know if I try to grab my reference photo that I made, which is if you saw the thumbnail, excuse me, the thumbnail for this live, that picture is actually my reference. I took that when Lou and I were on vacation. Gosh, been over a month ago now. And so anyways, I loved those mushrooms. Remember, I didn't see any wildlife, but I saw a ton of mushrooms. And I saved that picture, and I don't know, Joseph, if I try to pull that in, is it going to mess up OBS and mess up my stream? Let's see. And I will catch up on chat in just a moment. I just want to see, can I add in an image? I hope so. I hope I'm not like going to totally screw everything up. I just leave it as that. My keyboard's over there. I can't even type. Okay, I think this is it. Done and done. Let me see if I can make this so you guys can see it. All right, I'm going to try. We're going to see if this worked. Did it work? You can see them. So this picture, these mushrooms, excuse me, I took this picture when we were on our adventures. And there was like, right where that little gnome is sitting, there was a shadow in that moss. So there was a down birch tree, and there was this like moss that's growing all up over it, and then had those two mushrooms. And I was like, and I've got so many pictures of mushrooms. I've got some ideas for that kind of stuff. But anyways, and I just saw this, and I was like, that looks like it could be a cute little like little gnomes need to live here, or little fairies, or these could be like little creature houses, fantasy creatures in the woods, whatever. That's the way I saw all the mushrooms that day. I was like, oh, guess what lives in there? And there's like a little door, and a little hobbit house, whatever. Yeah, Lou was laughing at me. But anyhow, I just thought that would be a cute little. So that's not actually that gnome I grabbed from Canva. I am a member of Canva. I have Canva Pro, and there's actually a link to Canva in my description below. If you do social media and not sponsored by Canva, let me preface that. But if you do social media posts, or you're a creator on YouTube, and you have to create thumbnails, or you need video elements to add over your videos, like if you guys saw my Halloween video, there was a lot of stuff from Canva in that, and I love it. Anyways, there's a link in the description. You can check them out. I don't know if that'll give you a discount or not. I don't remember. It's been a while since I clicked on it and double checked it, but there is a link in the description. So I am just sharpening this Blackwing. Now this is the pencil sharpener that came in that box. Oh, yay, finally it stays on my desk and It was on my desk anyway. Who are we kidding? And now I know why this is not sharpening. I'm like, why is this not sharpening? Why does it look purple? You guys remember when I put my pastel pencil in here? Yeah, it's a little like that. It's still in there. I did not clean it out, but that's okay. I have other pencil sharpeners here. I just didn't want to make a bunch of noise. I have the one behind me, the battery, the electric one, and then I've got, remember this little guy from my art haul. So we'll just use him. I'm gonna mute you so you don't have to listen to it. Oh, I gotta say, I will put another link to this in the description. So I was not sure how that would do. Look at those shavings. I mean, it's just like if you used, it gives you shavings like if you used one of these. It's not like the, elliptical. Anyways. And it stopped automatically. I did not know that this had an automatic stop. So this is tool sand. I've linked it in past videos, but I'll put that link in the description below after we're done here today. That thing is awesome. And I like it. I like it. All right. So today you see my reference there. And I just need to get this. Well, I was supposed to be checking the chat instead of getting excited about a pencil sharpener. Okay, I'm going back and double checking. Okay. Jamie Eddie, good to know. I have no preparations in the studio today for extra ventilation, but I love alcohol markers, but you will want ventilation or you will get high on the fumes. Well, folks, this could turn into an interesting live stream because, yeah, I'm not popping those windows open. It's like 30-something degrees here today. Yep, no, it's not happening. Not right now. Hopefully everything will be fine and my door's closed, so it'll all be good. I hope so. We'll see. We'll see. I'll tell you if they have a strong odor to them. Your paper will make a big difference with alcohol markers, just like with watercolor. Okay, so thank you, Jacqueline. And these, like I said, this is the first time I have used these ever. So I definitely will appreciate your tips and information as we go, because last time I used markers, guys, I was in like primary school, so, I was a kid, so a long time ago, and they were streaky as heck, and I never liked markers. I never liked using markers when I was younger. Nope. Excuse me. It was not my jam. They were not my thing. So I've always, as an adult getting back into art, I was never like, ooh, I need to get markers. Yeah, it just wasn't something that really excited me. When I was a kid, I loved colored pencils. And of course, I would use crayons, and but I loved colored pencils. That's a lot of, all of a sudden, my nose is itching like crazy. Colored pencils. That was my thing. I had markers, but again, not a fan, because even back then, like, they would leave me ugly, streaky artwork, and I never liked them. Of course, let me just say that I was a kid and probably didn't have the best art supplies, so there was that too, but, I can remember one year for Christmas, my dad just got me a bunch of art stuff, like books, how-to books. Gosh, I wish I still had those. I wish I still had all that stuff. I don't. But anyways, that'd be cool. So, do they have an odor? We're gonna find out in a minute. Paper can make a big difference. This paper is the paper that they put in the subscription box to go with these markers. Is it going to be the best choice? I don't know. It's a mixed media paper, but it's not specifically a marker paper. It doesn't specifically say marker paper, which I have seen some papers that say marker. Jamie says, I don't know about the graphics markers, but the graphics inks aren't apparently light fast. Good to know. I'm going to go with, you know, the assumption that it wouldn't be. So if I ever created a masterpiece with this, I'd probably only ever sell prints. Not that I think I'm going to sell prints of this guy, but you know, you never know. You never know. It could be like a fun little postcard type thing that goes to like patrons or something. I don't know. No patrons. I don't have postcards yet, but it is something I've thought about. Aqua inks. Okay. And I'm sorry, it just jumped on me and I'm just trying to find my spot. Apologies. Starring Artist Collective said giveaway, question mark. Yeah, I'm thinking that apparently I'm sneezing now too. I am not sick. I'm just not sick. It's just, I don't know what it is, but it's crazy. It's been a crazy week. Yeah, anyways, giveaways. Yes, I am going to be starting a bin that I'm going to put my duplicate supplies, because, you know, I get so many art subscription boxes and a lot of them have duplicates. And when I get duplicates, I'm going to put those in there. And then I think that in the future, they are going to become giveaways that will go back to some of you lucky folks that support me on my journey. Well, thank you, Tara. I just think it's nice to give back because, you know, I'm actually starting to make some money. A little bit. But, you know, it's something. And, you know, of course, my commissions, but I have made the decision that I'm not doing another commission. Probably not for a long time. And I did need to resize it. Thank you. And that was exactly what it was. And you can see it. So great. Oh, yes. Starving Artist Collective. You are absolutely correct. And if you click the link below, if you're interested in Canva, you can sign up for a free account. You do not have to do the paid option. I did the paid option only because most of the things that I really liked, or they were things that I really wanted to include in what I was making. And those were, you had to be a pro member for that. But it was not very expensive, so. Other artists appreciate excitement about a pencil sharpener. I hope so, because that pencil sharpener was awesome. I was like, I like it. Oh, thank you. Junior M, welcome to the channel. This is the first time I've seen you in the chat. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. And yes, allergy season is raging, which for me, it can be fall, it can be spring, things that go through the summer. Maybe that's why I like winter so much, because once winter gets here, all of the outside things that would like cause my nose to itch and go nuts, they're not there anymore. So maybe. All right. I was not planning on this being a two-stream event here, but we will see what we can get done and how far this goes in the next, you know, hour or so. I'm just going to get some sketching in here and try to remember. Oh, I'm going to tell you what. Excuse me. Jared. Hi, Jared. Gnomes rule. Yes, they do. How's Ashley feeling? Window is now dark. Oh, guys, you have no idea. Like, you see that? It's going to get dark. Like, within the next hour, it's going to get dark. Like, lights better be on outside because you're not seeing dark. It gets dark really fast up here. We live north of the 45th parallel on the globe, and yep, once we go through that daylight savings, you know, or what would daylight savings or off daylight savings now, we change the clocks. Once we change the clocks, it gets dark so early. In fact, Name pronounced JR. JR. Tell her I hope she's feeling better soon. So once we change the clocks back, it is now, what is today? November 11th. So in about a month, within the next 4 streams, you'll see that when I start my stream, that window is probably going to be darker than that when I start. It is like, it gets dark here about, it's in the 3 o'clock hour. It's between 3 and 3:30. I wish that they would put Maine in the Atlantic time zone, because, you know, we're on the East Coast of the US, so we're Eastern time, but we are, and I'm just trying to keep an eye on my reference photo here. We are so far east, because you know how the US kind of, the East Coast comes up and goes, Maine is out at the top. When I would talk to family that was in North Carolina, also on the coast, and it would be pitch black outside, and they would still be light at their house. We're still on the East Coast. Like, if they could just put us in the Atlantic time zone, we might actually have daylight during normal hours and longer in our day. And I don't care if I'm in a different time zone than the rest of the United States. Of course, listen to me. What do I care? And not that I'm out and about all the time anyways. Just thought I'd stop in and say hi for her. Well, we appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with us. Not Junior, I got you. Not Junior, JR. I got it. JRM. Okay, so just JR. That's it. That is how we will address you from now on. I will remember that, though. At least, I hope so. Don't hold it against me if I don't. It's not my fault. My brain works a little differently than everybody else's. But, JR, just say what I see. Just say what I see. And that's, see, my brain works differently than everybody else's. That's why I started to tell you guys that this Blackwing, have any of you guys used a Blackwing before? So, is that going to be, it might not be now that it's getting darker. We'll see. Those other pencils that I showed you, these, and I said, you know, nothing special about them, right? They make me think of, like, you know, when you'd grab your standard yellow 2B pencil that you used in elementary school, whatever. Like, nothing special. They're little, kind of even almost a little scratchy. You know, it's a pencil. Those will also, because you'll see if I share this with you, these may also even end up being something that I put in that, because I tried only the HB. All of these are still, and only for a moment. So I can't judge the entire thing of pencils, guys. I literally tried the HB. It felt kind of scratchy. I wasn't a fan. I never sharpened it either, so let's not hold that against them, because I didn't sharpen it. These are kind of all out of order, but they do have the range of 6H to 10B. So somebody looking to, you know, have a range of graphite, that'd be a great gift. So that's going to end up going in my gift it or give it away box. And if I gift it to someone local, I'm a gal. Well, JR, that is awesome. I love names that are, like, they could be either way. Like Sam. Could be Samantha. Could be Samuel. Sam. Either or. Charlie. Could be either or. My grandmother was Charlotte. I always wanted to use that name, but I never got to. So yeah. Although, I did name my parents' dog Charlie, so I did get Charlie in the end. But oh, yes, you are Joseph S. You are JR. You are a JR, junior question mark, but it's not a junior. You're just JR, and you're a gal. Okay, Blackwing pencil, guys. Yeah, the issues that I have with the focus, it is real. But the Blackwing pencil is, this is so smooth. I love this. This is staying on my desk. This is going nowhere. This is probably going to be my go. You're probably going to see this over the course of streams just get shorter and shorter and shorter, and then ordering more. Hopefully, you know, one of my other subscription boxes will send me. I think there actually is one in a box somewhere, unless this was the only one. And then that's sad, but maybe somebody will send another. I wouldn't mind getting a duplicate supply. If you haven't tried these, I mean, I'm barely putting any pressure. I don't want that to be too dark, and wow, it's just smooth. Have any of you guys used them? I did link to the Blackwing pencils in my, it is in the description below. And I have no idea. So while I'm putting in marks for reference here, can you guys tell me that have used the alcohol markers? Oh, let's see. Let me tell you. Do they smell? There's a little bit of an odor to that. I'm not going to sit here and just huff my marker, but there's a little bit of odor to them, but not here. I'm not smelling anything. I'm not smelling anything. Like, I have to get it really close to my face to smell that. Is it going to smell more? I smelled it that time. I smelled it that time. Sorry. Is it going to be more as I start putting them, you know, on the paper? I don't know. But I can tell you that those, the Marabu Graphix do not have a strong smell when you open them. Okay. So, not a second. The firstborn. Parents wanted a boy. Gave me 2 boy names. All right. Well, welcome, JR. We're glad that you're here. Okay, guys. I just want my little gnome in. I love gnomes. Do you guys love gnomes? So funny gnome story, if you guys want story time. My mother-in-law likes gnomes, and she had a gnome in her garden. Well, my mother and father-in-law, we lost my father-in-law this year, but they had, before they retired, they owned a restaurant here in the next town over, and she used to have this little garden, excuse me, outside the restaurant, and she had these little gnomes, and we named one of them Gilly, and we were going on a trip. Lou and I were going on a trip, and we had stopped by the restaurant, and when she wasn't paying attention, we stole Gilly from the garden. And then while we were on our trip, people got the biggest kick out of it because we took pictures of Gilly everywhere. And then what we did was we took all those pictures, excuse me, and I turned that into a book. And then for Christmas that year, because I think it was like October when we went on the trip, so I had that turned into a book. And then at Christmas, we wrapped up Gilly and the book, and we gave it to her. Like, she didn't know we took Gilly. And it was his adventures. Literally, like, we went on that trip, like, we went to Disney. I think we were in Boston. I went to Cheers, if any of you guys remember the old TV show Cheers. So we went to Cheers in Boston, and they actually had this big cutout of Norm, the actor that played Norm. And so we got this picture of Gilly with a beer. Now the cutout of Norm, he was holding one, and of him and Norm together at Cheers, and it was great. Anyways, it was fun. So yeah, my mother-in-law loves gnomes too. I just think they're so cool. They're just too cute. All right. And now I can't see my reference. Where did my reference go? There we go. So tell me, guys, that those of you who are familiar with the alcohol markers, am I going to get like streaky marker mess? Am I going to have to layer this up? I have moss here. Should I lay in my lights first and then bring in my darker values? I've not worked with these, so here's what kind of basic outline of where my moss is. You feel old. Oh, hey, actually, you're here. Gypsy Heart. Getting an hour here or there of sleep is making me insane. Not that I had very far to go. I hear that. I hope you feel better soon. Jared said you're not feeling well. You feel old now? Yeah, I feel old now. I feel very old. I'm like, well, I'm not sure. I think Nick's older than I'm pretty sure Nick's older than I am. Joseph's not older than I am. Joseph and I would have been in high school at the same time, which means Lisa and I would have been in high school at the same time. We're all pretty much right there at that same age. I'm not going to say who's older because, well, I don't want to admit it. Anyhow, the yeah. They'll say Joseph's older. Of course, Joseph's older. It's not me. I am not the older of the trio. I think I am. Oh, this pencil, guys, I can't say I like this pencil. It's just, I barely have to touch that paper and it is so smooth. And you guys can't really see, can you, this sketch, because I'll tell you, Joseph, I don't know what you use for lights in your studio. We can usually see what you're doing. It's not usually too washed out. I mean, even on my easel sometimes it's washing out. It's got to be the... I just censored myself there. Yeah, that was censored. It's gonna be the camera. So that's all I can think of, is that my camera is not being able to balance and the white is just blowing my images out, which does not make me happy. because I want you guys to see exactly what I'm doing. I mean, come on, how will you know how awesome I am? I'm just kidding. Oh my god. All right, well, sometimes I crack myself up. Apologies. All right. I just got to kind of go with that. Can you guys, oh, wait a minute. There, can you see him? There's my little gnome guy. So we see he's not the same as what, my gnome is not the same as what you're seeing my little gnome guy there, because I just grabbed a gnome from Canva and stuck him on there so that you'd get the idea in the thumbnail of what this live was about, that's what I was going to be doing. But, and I don't know, background, I don't know. I would love to have like a bokeh background, but I don't know. All right, let me get caught up real quick, and then we're going to start with some markers. But this, okay, so my first impression, this Blackwing pencil, love it. I also love the erasers. If you're not familiar, these erasers come out. So see, it's like a little rectangle. There's the eraser. And then they have like the little metal piece. So you can actually advance that eraser and get the whole life out of the eraser. And then it just, and I believe you can buy replacements and you just pop it back in. So if you use up your eraser before you, and they're the white, which I like the white erasers. So 2 thumbs up on the Blackwing pencil. Definitely recommend that. Let's check on the chat because I know I asked you guys questions. So oh my gosh. Zombie is under the chat and the first thing I see is Angela sniffing markers. I was. Hey, I had to let you know if they stunk or not. They're alcohol markers. We had to know. Inquiring minds and all. Oh. Jacqueline says, I use Copics and have never had a problem with odor, but have central air and heat, so that could make a difference. Yeah, well, my heat's not, I think the heat pumps are running, but the actual, like, furnace that would circulate the air is not running. So, there's that. Okay, people do it both ways. I usually do my lights first, then add shadows. See, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I could just use the light color and lay in where that moss is going to be and kind of get some, I'm all about that instant gratification. I need to see something happening. And then kind of, but then I have to negative paint those light spaces where if I just do all my little, I don't know. We're going to find out. This is about to happen. Layer, Jamie Eddie says, layer and blend dark into light. It takes a couple layers to blend without streaks. Great. See, I know, I can tell you guys that markers are probably not going to be my jam. You can go lights to darks too. Okay. I'm roughly 8 behind you. So I feel like 90 though. Yeah, well, if you're 90 and you're 8 behind me, how about you don't feel like 90? I don't want to be that old. I don't want to be as old as I am now. Oh. Hello, Karen Montoya. He's cute. Thank you. I love little gnomes. I just think gnomes are adorable. Whoa. So I just put it out there for the world. Joseph says, I think it's Nick. I think that is the oldest. And you're 48. If that helps me figure it out. You're 48. Oh. Well, I will have to get with Joseph because maybe Joseph is actually the older one. That's all I'm going to say. I would have to know when his birthday is. But I'm 30. Like 31 this year, maybe. I don't know. I probably act like I'm 10. What lead is the pencil? So if you're talking about this one, JR, it is a Blackwing Excuse me. And it doesn't say, because I looked that up, because I noticed that the Blackwing says, like they have like the pearl, they have technical, they have whatever. But what all this one says in the information, this was their birthday month. So this is our birthday present to you. Art Snacks turns 8 years old this month. It's you don't care about the information. Our birthday gift to you is a custom Art Snacks Blackwing pencil. Thanks to all our loyal customers for 8 wonderful years. And that's all it tells me. So I don't know if that helps, but I'm assuming you were asking the lead, meaning the type, because Blackwing has a couple different. I think it's probably just whatever their standard pencil is what I would assume, and that's what I linked below. But I can't say for 100% certain. And it doesn't say, like, if you're asking, like, what lead, meaning, like, is it a 2B or whatever. It doesn't have that information. So, there you go. I am absolutely no help. Had you pay for a bit younger? Well, see, your Halloween video, Joseph, your Halloween live stream, you revealed a lot. That's why I was like, I think Joseph is younger than me, just based on things you said. But now that I see what you said, it's possible that we're not. Maybe we're the same age. Maybe we're not. Maybe I'm not telling you guys. Oh. All right, let's see. Well, Gypsy Heart, happy early birthday, even if you don't feel like celebrating it next week. I feel better, Gypsy Heart. Starving says I stopped counting at 48. So my father-in-law always used to say that once you hit 60, you start counting backwards. So then you just work your way back. And I was like, okay, so when he passed, I'm trying to think, no, he was still older than me, even when he was working his way backwards. Oh, okay, right there. I'm forever 29 and some months, maybe 100 months. Maybe. Okay, so this is what I say. It is the whatever anniversary of my 29th birthday. So just whatever anniversary. And we say birthday, right? And I think most other places say anniversary. Like you're only born one day, and then it's the anniversary of that. I don't know. I don't know. It's my story. Yes, the Blackwing won. And you are welcome. Okay, we are caught up. That's that. We're getting into this. I think I'm going to start with the mushrooms. The moss is just going to be a little intimidating for me just for now because I don't know. It shouldn't be. And you know what I should have done? I did not swatch these. I have no idea what they look like. Oh, and this paper, if any of you, not that you asked, but I'm telling you. So the 1264 paper, it's perforated. And look at how easy that comes out. I like it. So again, if you were late joining us, this is the Fabriano 1264 mixed media paper. It is 110 pound, 160 GSM, and there are 60 sheets of paper in this pad. I'll try to, I wanted to try to like leave stuff in here, and I really thought, I really wanted to do like get a sketchbook. I've actually reached out to a couple, so that's where we are, our drawings there. I've actually reached out to a couple of people that hand make them on like Etsy. I'm trying to see if I can find someone who would like to work with me. I would like to feature a sketchbook. I'm just going to test that coat. I think so. Close enough, right? Does it say their colors? I'm sure it says their color. Again, guys. Oh, I did. I'm like, well, I don't know why I. James, if you have glassine, put a piece. If you have glassine, put a piece under your page because those markers will bleed through. Okay, so I have a big roll of glassine. I did not cut a piece. But you know, I didn't think of glassine would have been a great thought to have had ahead of time because I would have done that. But I did have I cannot look up at you guys with those on. That make me sick to my stomach. I did have the thought that the markers could bleed through. So you know what I did in my book? There's the front. I just opened the back. So here's the chipboard from the back of the book. So if it bleeds, it's going to bleed onto the chipboard and not my next page. So yes, but thank you for that tip because in the future, if I use them again, especially in here, I will do that. Is that disappearing ink? It went invisible. Oh my gosh, it did like, could you guys like really see it when I first laid it down and then it, wow, it's like that. Yeah, it's like that. And if I turn, I'm going to tell you what, guys, if you have thoughts or ideas as a photographer and a videographer, when I had to shoot video for segments, because, you know, yes, I said I have a degree in marketing, but I also have a degree in media production. And because I like the alphabet soup, apparently. Anyhow, I'm using some of my lights that I would have used if I was shooting film. And if you see me right here, you know, that you can see me. It's great. But when we're talking about using these lights to do work here at the desk, again, that was my brain pausing to stop myself from saying inappropriate things. That stuff's not happening. It is not. Is there a blender marker? Great question. I don't think so. Because the only thing I'm seeing that's light is this guy, and that is going to be a color. So that is not a blender. So yeah, that answer is nope on my own. You guys can laugh now. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fine. Rose beige. All this, I was looking for my glasses to tell you what the color was. This is rose beige from the set of 24. And I'm going to use that for my, I'm trying to point like you guys are going to be able to see what I'm touching. Not able to. My lightest lights in those mushrooms, I think I'm going to do in this guy, because I think the yellow, that's not really a bright yellow, and that, you can't even see that. That's bright yellow. Hold on one second. I'm going to try one more thing real quick, guys, and see if it makes it better for you. Because how much fun is that to watch me do invisible art? Not at all. Let me just try this. Hold on. I just muted you guys so that I wouldn't set off your Amazon devices. Can you see that better? I mean, I guess I can still work with it. Is that too dark? Because it looks really dark on my end, and now I'm like throwing shadow. My easel light is on over here. I'll shut that off. Okay. Is this okay? Disappearing ink. Is there a blended marker? No. That made the marker pop a bit. I can see it now. Much better. Okay, so you guys can see this much better. See, I'm going to cast shadows, and I'm going to try to be careful and not do that. So that's what I started to say. If you guys know a suggestion, because I have 2 ring lights, I have 2 big, white, they've got the fabric in front of them, diffusing lights, if you would. That's what I had on to my other side, Christian. Now you see, well, this, I'm in more in shadow, but it's whatever. You don't need to see me. So I have a couple of those, and yeah, I just cannot get it set so that you guys can see better. All right, let's see. All right, I'm just reading some of your better drawing image, Angela. Okay, thank you, Starving. Yes, yep, it's fine. All right. Oh my gosh, Jack, that's, I have a mental image now, and although it absolutely cracks me up, I think that's funny. That's funny. Okay. I am going to start with lights on the mushrooms, and I'm going to put in some, I really wanted to do this in a, I was like, why don't I do this in watercolor? Guys, I could have these mushrooms done so fast in watercolor. I'd lay that color down, just drop a few splashes here and there, and boom, perfectly blended mushrooms. I hardly have to do any work. We're going to give this a go, because I have never used these before, so what's the sense in having them if I'm not going to try them? I think I need to lighten this just a bit, because the edge of that mushroom is super light, and that is going to have too much. Sorry, as I just like shake you guys like crazy. I was getting a little overzealous with the kneaded eraser. And I'm just going to lighten up some of this mushroom, because those are going to be my lighter colors. How's that for ASMR? That sounds weird. Yeah. That Blackwing pencil picks up nicely too with the kneaded eraser, so like I don't want to go too much, as I won't be able to see the lines I put down. So okay, I made it so you guys can see the drawing, and then I erased the drawing. How are you liking it now? JR, light coming from in front of you to avoid the shadow, question mark. Yeah, that would be great. My studio, really tiny. And not that I'm not opposed to rearranging the studio again. Because I'm always in the hunt for the best layout and what's going to bring you guys the best experience. My studio is so small. Right now, this is my new desk that I told you guys about. I'm going to do a studio tour. That commission is getting signed. It's getting varnished. And then aside from my regular scheduled stuff to put out for you guys, I do not have other art commitments that will prevent me from being able to bring you something like a studio tour. I'm going to do that. Oh, I wonder, because I'm still have not been 100% decided for Thanksgiving, if I will be live on Thanksgiving, because I am in the US, so we celebrate Thanksgiving. And I'm not sure yet if I kind of got the raised eyebrow when I mentioned it to Lou, that, I was like, well, Thursday's my day to go live, so I might sneak away and go live on Thanksgiving. And he was like, excuse me, what? And I was like, oh, so I was considering going live on Thanksgiving. Yeah. It didn't sound like it was going over too well. And every time I turn around, because like I said, we usually host Thanksgiving here at my house. And I hope I didn't get too quiet, and I hope this is not too loud because I know my head is now a lot closer to the microphone. So I'm trying to speak softer so I don't blow out your ears here because I can be a loud talker. So let me know if it did get too loud. I can always turn it down or move the mic. Anyhow, we host Thanksgiving dinner, and every time I turn around, I'm hearing of more people that are coming, and this is hard because I'm pushing a shadow myself. I can't let this guy. He's more forward. Maybe I don't know if that's helping or hindering. You guys, please let me know if it's. New paper. Try out watercolor first, then marker on top. That would have been great. I would have loved to do that because I bet this would, because this is a mixed, it says it's a mixed media paper, Starving, but it is it's only 110 pound, 160 GSM. Like, I usually use 300 GSM when I use watercolor, and that, depending on the paper, tends to buckle sometimes. I would want to do a wet and wet washes if I did this with watercolor first. And yeah, that probably wouldn't give me it probably wouldn't be my best idea on this paper. If this was regular watercolor paper, audio is fine. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, JR. It's fine. Okay. Yeah, if this was regular watercolor paper, I would just go grab my Daniel Smith, and I have water already handy. So there's always water handy here. And I would just have at it, and you would see this painting done in the next, I don't know how far we're going to get. I got to get my button gear. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I'm really not liking this. And I don't know that this color is going to be right either, but it's what I got. It's what came in the set. I think it would have been better to leave the lightest values to the white of the paper. But they're not white. On those mushrooms, they're not white. Here's a shift up. And yes, I talk to myself. Do you guys talk to yourself when you... I should talk to you, not myself. I don't know. Of course, most of the time, if I'm sitting here creating art, I'm filming it for you guys, in which case I'm usually talking all the time, telling you what I'm doing, so that I don't have to go in and voiceover. Because if I have to go in and do a voiceover on a video, then that's going to take me twice as long, because I have to sit there and watch the video in real time, do the voiceover. I like to just record it live, tell you what's happening, and then take that into edit. Because then once I'm done editing it, I'm done editing. I don't have to edit it and then come back and then voice over, then try to publish. See, some of these are kind of white. Only a couple, though. There's only a couple little spots where it's... And you see, I'm just kind of... I apologize if that drives some of you bonkers. Do you jump around? I do sometimes. Like, I'm working on both mushrooms, but I will jump around. Or do you get bored in one spot? See, I like watercolor too, because I'm always kind of jumping around. Because I will go from one section to another while that section's drying. So, you know, I kind of bounce that way. I need better line work of this guy, and I could have put him up. If I got some line work, I could have put him up so you guys could have downloaded the line art. If that's something you guys really liked with the hat, because I know some of you have done them and I saw them and they were amazing. The hat from the last 2 live streams. If that's something that you really enjoyed, I am not opposed to doing things like that in the future. Just have to let me know. So right above this guy, there's a lighter spot on this mushroom. You know, this is one of these that you just hope that all of a sudden it just goes boom, everything just kind of falls into place. I hope I can get some much darker values, because yep, again, like I said, it's I like using new, sorry guys, just trying to follow where this light part of the shadows or light part is showing through on this mushroom. I like trying new mediums. The video that I just released for patrons, that's available, it's available now. It finally also finished publishing and processing. I did that post for you guys, and then I'm like, oh shoot, I clicked on the post and you couldn't even get to the video, and I was like, sorry guys, my bad. I know now. Next time I will make sure it's completely finished before I say, hey, guess what, I got a video for you that you can't see, but check back later. Anyhow, that was using those Neo colors. That was a whole new medium. I loved them, but I will say I am so glad that I got them in a subscription box, because I had the like set of 84 of those in my cart. Just I really don't need this color here. I'm just doing this for my visual benefit. Yeah, I had them in my cart just waiting to pull the trigger, and of course it was the full set, because yes, I have full set syndrome. I can't help myself. And we're gonna have one heck of a colorful mushroom, because I do not have all the colors that are gonna be perfect for this, but you know, I don't know, we'll see what happens. Anyhow, what was I just saying to you? Oh no, I know. I was just it's gone, guys. You're gonna have to remind me, because whatever I was just saying just ran away. Maria, hello, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Hello from the Netherlands. Oh, and look, I'm trying to highlight that, and I'm on the wrong side of my... Hello, Maria. I jump around so much at the house. House of painting field. Oh my goodness. Oh, what she says. Finally ready to start painting your and Joseph's hats. I just need a day off to do it. Hard to watercolor when you're on call. Oh yeah, I get that, because if all of a sudden you get called, you're in the middle of... Yeah, definitely get that. I can't wait to see him. I can't wait to see him when you're done. Make sure that you tag us over on MeWe. I am not getting, and then I clicked the wrong thing over there, so I'm like, where'd my reference go again? See, I'm not going to be able to get these as light as I want. I don't... Wow, I really don't like this, guys. Just go with it. My mushroom is not going to be the right color. Yeah, psychedelic mushrooms. These are going to be something. Because this is not. So, I mean, let's see. What can I say about them? So far, I am not doing a large area, really large area yet. So, I can't say as far as like, are they streaky? So far, it's not looking too streaky. When I lay that down, let's see. That does not look too streaky at all. So, you're welcome. They're not laying down streaky. They're laying down nicely. I just don't know how I'm going to get these. Again, like I said, this is the first time I've used this medium. And if you're enjoying watching me struggle, hit that like button. I am here for you. So I do like that I'm getting, even if I have to go back over one spot, you know, that I've already got, like, I'm getting a pretty even application of color. So I definitely can say that I am liking that. I just don't know. Like, I can't. So it's hard. What I'm finding hard is that I can't. Now, if this was a water-based marker, I would be scribbling this on a palette and adding some water and picking it up, and so I could make it lighter and then painting that in. I would do it that way, or put it down and then thin it with water. Can I blend and thin alcohol-based markers with some, I mean, obviously not water. So there's my question to those of you who use the alcohol-based markers. What I'm not liking right now is I like this color, but as it moves down through this part of the mushroom, it needs to be a lighter value of this color. And I can't make this lighter value by pressing lighter. It's just the color of the marker. You know, the color of the marker is the color of the marker. So, yeah. Help me out here, folks, because I am not digging it. I am not digging it at all. It's going to be a very cartoon animated looking. I mean, maybe that's fine. Maybe that's fine. It's just not, I'm so used to, I am so used to working in a more realistic fashion that sometimes, like, gosh, sometimes I can't give myself permission to just, now that's Lou's truck. Sorry, total distraction there. Guys, if you, ADD, ADHD. And I'm struggling really hard to get back what I was saying with you before the sound of his truck distracted me. Animated. I like to work more realistic. This is, you know, and it's okay. And sometimes that's what I was saying. Sometimes I think that, like, we almost need to give ourselves permission to play and have fun. Like, I was looking at some of my art. Of course, I put my website in for Lisa's critique tomorrow. So for those of you who follow Lockery Fine Art, and has offered to do critiques of artists' websites. And of course, you have to submit it over on MeWe. Anyhow, most of you know about this. If you don't, ask a question. Joseph knows, he will tell you about it. So I was like, I'll submit my website. why not? And then so I submitted my website, and then I went and I actually looked at my website. I was like, crap, I have not updated my website. So she's going to tear me apart. So if you're looking for a good time, you join me over there tomorrow, because I'm about to get it handed to me. All the things that are wrong, which I already know, all the things that I think are wrong. But I just think I was looking at my, that's what caused me to look at my art when I went over there on my site. And I thought, gosh, my art, some of the artwork I have posted on my website, I'm like, my art's all over the place. Like, I just turned that marker and that one spot felt really scratchy. Did not like. So anyhow, yeah, I was like, oh, my art is all over the place. Like, I showed you, I don't know if it's going to show up now. Okay. So there's my commission. Like, I can work very realistic. I stress myself out over it. But I like doing realistic work. I find it challenging. And just seeing what I can get liquid plastic to do, it's acrylic, right? So just seeing what I can get the acrylic paint to do, it's like, it's a challenge. And I'm always up for a good challenge. But I was looking at my website, I'm like, for crying out loud. And my website is linked in the description if you want to go see what the heck I'm talking about. But I was just looking at some of my art. I'm like, man, my art is like all over the place. Like, so somebody go, oh, well, the person has a very distinct style. You can just tell it's their work when you look at it. I'm like, yeah, I don't see that. And Lisa was just talking about this yesterday too. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. Like, I don't see a distinct style. And that's fine. It's fine. Now that I'm doing this and I'm doing so much more art, it's gonna appear and it's gonna come through, and eventually I'm gonna see it myself, I'm sure. But yeah, just looking at that, I was thinking, man, your art's all over the place. I'm just trying, like, now that I know. Hey, Caution Artist at Play. Oh, Joseph, I spent all last week updating mine, so I have no excuses when it gets torn apart. Well, I was hoping, what about, so Lisha says, what about blending with some isopropyl alcohol and a Q-tip? Mix the beige color along the orange edges to fade them out lighter, says Starving. Great tips, guys, and I appreciate you giving them to me. A lighter value will lift the darker color. Also, a blender pen can be used to lift off. Okay, so this set did not come with a blender pen, so I'm sure I have one somewhere, probably in a different box. In fact, I know I have one. I have a Tombow one that came in another box with a set of Tombow markers, which you guys will see me attempt this again with those at some point. But I do have isopropyl, and I'm trying to think if I have Q-tips in the studio that I could just grab and try that for you. But you said the lighter color will lift the darker color, or to blend the darker color. I'm not getting any lighter result there. I don't know. And what do I need in that space? Okay. Well, to say that I'm getting a mixture, I guess the more I go over this, I am starting to get a little bit of a mixture, a little bit of a blending between those two. So, yeah. But I'm just telling you, definitely markers are not my jam. I can see some of these pencil lines still coming through this. Am I going to be able to erase those afterwards, guys? Like, I know with other mediums, if I can still see my, the graphite, I can go back and pull that out. I don't know about this. Okay, so I don't know if you guys are seeing that, but as I go over this, going around these edges, it is kind of working with that orange and pulling that out. So my question will be, because obviously I won't finish this today, but I can finish this next week and have a much more cohesive plan, even if it is not continuing this project with these markers. Mixed media paper. I wouldn't want to see again. It would still be wet. It would. I was like, I could always grab some like acrylic gouache. I know I have got a set of that in a box that I've been wanting to try too. Not that I don't want to give these markers a fair, a fair chance. I definitely. I've only done this much with them, and it's the first time I've used them, so I don't think we should just give up, for sure. I will say that, yes, this is where I'm getting that. Look at that. So the much more of like an orange. It's blending with the orange, so it's darker than my light, where I put my lightest spots. It is definitely blending the two. So there is that. My mushrooms are definitely not necessarily going to be the color they are in that reference photo. That's for sure. And I took that reference photo, was taken, that one, yes, that one was taken up in Baxter State Park, which is up in Millinocket, Maine. Up there by Mount Katahdin. So if any of you are familiar, those of you who are familiar with Maine, I know Caution Artist at Place familiar. So this photo was taken up at Baxter State Park. Couldn't believe we saw a gnome just sitting there. No, I put the gnome in. Like you guys couldn't tell. I really think I just have to go for it, guys. I just have to go for it. I want these to kind of blend and pull down. I am shaking you like crazy. Sorry. Also use colored pencils. They work well with markers. Well, you know what? Okay, so that's a... All right, maybe it's up to you guys. If you want to hang out for a few extra minutes, this is what I'm thinking. Some of these tones that I have down here, if I can go over these with colored pencil, which would be good. This is mixed media paper. That'll take the colored pencil. Will I be able to? Yeah, probably, because this isn't that far off. Maybe I will get the color blocked in with these and then come back next week, go over it with colored pencil and refine it and use for the finish, because I won't be sharing all my fabulous news. Well, maybe I'll have more fabulous news by then. I don't know. But that won't be taking up as much of my time, and I can just get right to it when I come back to finish this project. Oh, and then I'm telling you guys, my brain, just the way my brain works is, I'm sorry. Sometimes I feel like I'm so scattered. I would finish this next week then, and then the following week, which I can't believe I'm even about to say it, the following week is already Thanksgiving. So then during Thanksgiving, which is, I had started to tell you, it was not taken, didn't seem like it was going over very well on, as far as, me sneaking off to the studio to live stream on Thanksgiving, which I was like, what? I'll only be gone for a while. We only have more and more people that keep going, oh, are you doing Thanksgiving this year? We were going to come over. And so that number has grown, which that's fine. You know, it's fine. Like, it's only one day. They're just coming for the day or for, you know, the meal, whatever. But my thought was, if I didn't go live on Thanksgiving, then perhaps perhaps I would film my studio tour and I would put that up on Thanksgiving and then take you guys on a tour of my studio. And maybe I'll make it as a premiere, because would it be rude for me to chat with you guys? Like, that's just text, right? Would it be rude for me to do that I can do that while other people are around. I don't have to be in my studio for that. I don't know. Maybe I'm being rude. Tell me if I'm tell me if that's rude. Trust me, my family will. Oh. So yeah, that's maybe you'll get a studio tour. That means I don't have to clean my studio. See what I do to myself. Ooh, that marker's strong. That one had a strong smell to it. I just want to catch up on the chat. Okay, I don't think the Tombow will work. It's designed for water mediums. You need an alcohol blender. I want to say that one of those, are Tombows all water-based? I thought there were some alcohol-based. I don't know. You're probably correct, and it's probably the water-based ones. And because now that I think about that, it has like a little, skinny spray bottle that I think is in there too. So yeah, you're probably absolutely right, Jacqueline. Yeah. It's been 20 years since I used markers, but you've got to use the two colors simultaneously while the first is still wet. Well, I will say that as I went back over this, and I don't know if I can get that closer for you guys to see right here, like, it lightened, it pulled some of this color and it blended a little bit. I don't know. Still excited to try them. It's been forever since I've used markers too. Starving's 2 cents. They're struggling with the markers next week. Good to see how a marker newbie works things out. Well, I told you guys, I am not afraid to try new mediums. If it comes in one of those boxes, if you want to see it, I'm going to do it. And you're either going to get a good piece of art, or I'm going to learn something, or both, or you're going to get a good laugh. And so, yep. Joseph says, I've only been there once, Mount Katahdin, at the very end of a very long hike, and I didn't have much time to enjoy it. Still plan to do it again someday. Well, you will have to let me know if you ever come to our neck of the woods and do it, because you, Nick, Shauna over at Caution Artists at Play, myself, we all need to meet up and have a YouTube party. JR says, I agree with Starving. Want to see how you work this out. Okay, well, you know what, guys? We will work it out. Cautious. I'm actually working on a commission right now from a photo the client took while hiking at Baxter State Park. Great shot of the mountain, the chimney pond side. Wow, that's awesome. I'm not too bad. Yeah. Well, the brain fog is real, and then... Hi, Lou. Everybody say hi, Lou. Hi, Lou. That's my Lou. Texting through Thanksgiving dinner. Maybe skimming the edges of rude. Well, is it better than live streaming? Like, I don't have to make it a premiere. I can just put it up and you guys can watch it, and you can just drop comments in the chat. And I can, when I have time, I can check and comment back with and talk to you guys. But I can do that. But that's what I'm considering. I'm considering that on Thanksgiving, which would mean I would do this a week, finish this next week, then hopefully I can do a studio tour Jacqueline said the one you showed in your boxes was the water-based one. Thank you for watching. Yeah, see, I thought so because I was like, wait, it had a spray bottle in there that you would fill with water. So, Shauna said, I have created art from the photos from the park multiple times, but haven't been there myself yet. I agree. We do need a YouTube meetup. Yes, see? All right, Joseph, whenever you want to come do the trail again, or, you know, just come see the great state of Maine. You let us all know when you're going to be in our neck of the woods. So these have some darker spots. And what time? Where are we at? We're at 5 o'clock. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I am not going to add more to him. Well, okay, I got to just do this part. I'm not going to do, okay, but just this part. What I will do this week, I'm not going to work on this off camera. I'm going to do this during the live. You remember just how that's exactly where we're going to be when we come back. Excuse me. So I'm going to experiment. Oh, there you go. Hello, everybody. I'm going to experiment with these a little bit more this week because, again, this was it. Raw. First time I touched them. You guys saw. Open the box, open the package. Well, Jacqueline, thank you. That's awesome. Which box did you get? Which box did you decide on? I have done quite a few videos on quite a few different boxes. And I hope you guys like those kind of things too, because that does seem to be where a bit of the audience is coming from. And then I hope you like this format where we can actually do art too. And I've got a ton of boxes to use if you've seen my videos. So we're doing a bunch of different stuff to get that integrated into the studio. But, wow. Thoughts are hard to hold on to. I'm going to experiment with these this week. I'm going to go back and be like, oh, that's what you were talking about. Stop looking at other things when you're talking to the camera. Lou's probably down there laughing at me. I'm going to play with these. I'm going to see if I do have a blender in the studio. And then if I do, you know, I'm going to mess with that. You'll probably see doodles and stuff on here when I come back. I will, can I get that photo off of there? I don't know. Let me go to talking to you guys. How about that? There we go. So we'll see what we can do. Remember where we were. We were pretty raw here in the beginning. I can't wait to do the gnome. I can't wait to get the gnome in. And I can't wait to see where this goes. I'm not giving up on these markers yet. I just need to figure out how can I make them do what I want to do, because if these were any other medium, if they were watercolor or if they were acrylic paint or even pastels, I haven't used my pan pastels yet, but pastel pencils, I could blend my colors and I know how to make the colors that I'm seeing. It's just, how do I get that on the paper with a marker? So the marker is so new. And again, I just opened that box and pulled them out. So you guys know I have not touched these before. And they're alcohol based. If these were a water-based marker, again, no problems. I can work with that easy. So this was definitely a medium I knew would challenge me. And it was in 2 boxes. And I wanted to be able to share that with you and have you guys help me. Tell me. So between now and next week, some of you are watching this on the replay. Drop me a comment. What is going to be my best way to blend these markers to create the colors that I want? The thumbnail has the reference, like you're seeing my reference photo on that thumbnail. And again, if I can make stuff work for me here, you're seeing the colors. I have 24 colors. I've got enough colors. There are plenty of colors here to be mixing and creating with. Plenty. It's a plethora of colors there. Drop me a tip. Help me out. drop me a tip. Tell me what I can do to blend these. I think we're off to a good start. I mean, I'm starting to look at, like, I'm looking at the values here, and I'm looking at the values in the reference photo that's right here. And I'm liking where it's headed. So far, I'm liking it. I just know that, like, I like to work realistic. So I go, oh, you know, like, I could do this orange. If my values were right, then it's still going to look right. And, or do this as a purple mushroom. And if my values are still there, it's still going to look right. But I'm like, oh, I'm seeing my reference photo, so I want it to look like that. Well, I'm okay if it can't look like that too. I've started with these colors. I want to be able to drop me a comment. Let me know. What can I grab around my studio? I do have rubbing alcohol. I will try that this week. Because I'm going to be reading your comments and chatting with you in the comments below. And I will let you know. I will try it. I will experiment. So when we come back, I'll share all that with you the beginning of our next live stream, and then come back next live stream and let's see what we can do. But yeah. Now, let's see. Paleteful Packs. I can't remember the name. Palette. If it's Paleteful Packs, Jacqueline, if that's what it is, I love that box. I love that box. Not next week. Next Tuesday is the Art Snack November 2021 unboxing. So tune in for that. That will be at 3 o'clock. That was supposed to be past Tuesday, but watch the replay. It's earlier in the drama when I was sharing with you guys. It'll be next Tuesday. But Paleteful Packs November 2021 will be the week after that. So that's Thanksgiving week, I'm guessing. And then hopefully by then I'll end up getting my next upgrade box in and we'll look at that. If not, I've got plenty of boxes to show people. Thanks, JR. It looks great so far. I hope you all come back and join me next week so that we can finish doing this. And again, Starving says layering colors while still wet. So I guess if I'm going to have to layer the colors while they're still... I don't... See, that's what's hard for me. Because I'm like, for example, as I come in through here, this is light. It's going to warm up a little bit. And then it's going to have some darker spots. If I have to just keep layering on, like... It's not like watercolor where it stays wet. These dry super fast. And of course, here in my studio, everything dries even faster. So... how do I do that overall? That's what I needed. I am going... Thank you, Shauna. Caution artist at play. You can also color your marker on a palette, lift it with alcohol, and paint it on like watercolor. I will be trying that because if I can do that, I'm assuming you mean like I could use a ceramic palette, which I have a ceramic palette. I'm trying that this week because if that works, I think you guys are going to see, I'll be excited to continue this next week because if I can mix and blend those colors and then bring it in with a paintbrush, you just got me excited about continuing next week with these markers because I mean, I'm all about go try it and play with it because that's how we discover what we like, what we don't like, and who knows what we're amazing at that we just haven't even touched yet, so we don't know. That's it. Yep, Paleteful Packs. Let's see. Jamie says I have done that too. I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna see. So all right, I need to go through the things. Thank you again to my patrons. I appreciate your support. Thank you to Joseph. His link is in the description below. I will see, hopefully, some of you over on his channel on Monday. Of course, I'll see some of you tomorrow at Lisa's live. But I'll see you over on Joseph's channel on Monday, same time as me, 3 p.m. Eastern time. And Shauna says, it is definitely a fun technique. You've got me excited. Like now... And if I really enjoy it, it's going to be so hard for me not to touch this, but I will not touch it. I will not touch it. I will come back and do this with you guys live. Can't wait to do the little gnome. Look at him. Now he's like showing up. My little gnome. Just sitting in that moss. So Yeah. Check out Joseph's channel. His link is in the description if you're not already familiar with Joseph's channel. I'm going to throw a link right up here. And how about if I change so I can talk to you guys? That's better. But I'm going to throw a link right over there. Right over there for those of you on the replay. And you can click on that and check out some of my other videos. So next week's live, we're doing this. Next Tuesday at 3 is going to be the Art Snacks Plus November 2021 unboxing. So I hope you'll join me for that. And that's it, guys. I have a great rest of your day. And if I can find all my stuff. Until next time, keep creating. And I can't wait to try some of the things. Keep dropping me comments and let me know throughout the week so that I can play with these and we can have a successful stream where we finish this project next week, right?